The 2020 D Mint Mark 1 cent USA coin has become the unexpected star of the coin collecting world, sending shockwaves through numismatic circles and captivating both expert collectors and everyday people who never imagined a single penny could be worth a staggering $1 million. And what makes this story truly fascinating is that this coin, despite being relatively modern, contains layers of mystery, minting errors, and eye-catching design variations that have propelled it to legendary status. Among those who know what to look for, turning what was once spare change into one of the most talked-about treasures in coin history, and the reason behind its sky-high valuation lies in a perfect storm of minting anomalies, rarity, and collector frenzy that transformed an ordinary-looking 2020 D Lincoln cent into a symbol of luck and discovery. To understand why this coin has become worth more than houses, cars, and even luxury assets, we need to go deep into what makes a coin valuable. The combination of rarity, condition, and mistakes created during the minting process. And the 2020 D penny ticks every box and more, for in some versions, microscopic die cracks run along the edge of Lincoln's bust, forming lines that look like lightning bolts or tiny veins of metal, while others show doubling on the date, especially around the 2 and the 0. Giving the digits a ghostly doubled effect that collectors immediately recognize as a sign of a valuable error. There are also reports of a few coins being struck slightly off-center, with the "In God We Trust" inscriptions sliding toward the rim and part of "Liberty" fading out, an imperfection that, ironically, adds thousands of dollars to the coin's value, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the more collectors are willing to pay, with pristine versions being authenticated and graded by professional coin grading services reaching the $1 million mark at auction. But beyond the mechanical mistakes, what truly catapulted the 2020 D penny to this level of fame was timing. Minted at the Denver facility during a period of modern coinage experimentation and economic uncertainty, the coin became a time capsule representing a turning point in American currency, when millions of people started paying attention to small details in their change again, searching for potential treasure hidden in plain sight. The D Mint mark itself, located below the date, signifies that it was produced in Denver, Colorado, a facility known for both precision and occasional striking oddities, and in 2020, an unusual batch emerged showing subtle differences in planchet composition, with minor inconsistencies in the zinc coating thickness resulting in a distinct surface tone, giving some pennies a glossier copper hue and others a duller finish, and collectors obsessed with variations quickly noticed that these seemingly minor differences were not just cosmetic. They were signs of irregular metal layering that affected the coin's reflectivity under magnification, something experts now use to identify genuine high-value specimens. When you hold one of these rare pennies, it's easy to overlook its significance, but under a loupe, the micro-details tell a different story. Faint die breaks along Lincoln's jawline, delicate misalignment on the reverse side where the shield design sits fractionally off the centerline, and on some coins, a small raised bump above the E pluribus unum motto, indicating a tiny die chip that formed during production and remained unnoticed until coin hunters began finding them in circulation, triggering viral social media posts and YouTube videos claiming that a single penny could make someone a millionaire, and for once, they were right. This viral wave of excitement reignited public fascination with error coins, pushing people to check jars, drawers, and cash registers for that elusive 2020 D penny with the $1 million flaw, and stories began surfacing of lucky finders who sent their coins for grading only to discover their ordinary cent was one of the extremely rare error strikes that changed their lives. Collectors now refer to it as the Denver Million, a fitting nickname for a coin that represents both modern minting innovation and timeless collector obsession, and the demand has only grown as more people learn about it, driving private sales and auction prices even higher. The process of authentication involves examining the die characteristics, such as microscopic polishing lines unique to the Denver Mint presses, and only coins showing those specific diagnostics are recognized as part of the ultra-rare batch, which might consist of fewer than a dozen confirmed examples worldwide, each worth upward of $1 million depending on condition, luster, and eye appeal. The coin's reverse design, featuring the Union Shield, also plays a role in its appeal, as some error examples display faint doubling or partial ghost impressions of letters across the horizontal bar of the shield, creating a shadow effect that seems almost intentional, giving it a unique aesthetic unmatched in any other Lincoln Cent series. These subtle imperfections tell a story not just of minting mishaps but of history itself, a moment in 2020 when the smallest denomination coin became $1 million artifact of craftsmanship, human error, and luck combined. The allure of this coin is psychological too. It's a tangible reminder that hidden value still exists in everyday life, that something as simple as a penny can hold unimaginable worth if fate aligns, and this belief fuels the modern treasure hunt that has become a cultural phenomenon, turning casual coin roll hunters into detectives searching for that one-in-a-billion find. Experts recommend checking the 2020 D penny under magnification for signs like doubling on the date, die chips on the shield, cracks on the rim, or off-center strikes, any of which could point to a valuable variant, and ensuring that the coin remains uncleaned and untampered to preserve its natural state, since cleaning can dramatically reduce its value. Over time, this coin has also gained a mythic reputation online, with some collectors comparing its impact to that of the 1955 double-die cent or the 1943 copper penny, yet it's even rarer in terms of verified error specimens, making it one of the defining discoveries of the 21st century in U.S. numismatics. Auction houses have confirmed private sales near the seven-figure mark, often involving confidential buyers seeking to own a piece of modern history that bridges tradition and technology in American minting. Some experts speculate that the 2020 D-cent may have been struck using a transitional die intended for test purposes, explaining the irregularities and die fatigue observed on the few surviving pieces, though the mint has never officially confirmed this, adding a layer of mystery that continues to intrigue researchers and collectors alike. What's clear is that this coin has transcended its humble origins to become a symbol of hope and surprise in the world of collectibles, proving that even in a time dominated by digital transactions and cashless payments, the humble penny can still change lives and ignite imaginations. So the next time you handle change, look closer, because one of those shiny copper-coated coins could secretly be worth $1 million, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone sharp-eyed enough to spot its tiny imperfections and recognize its extraordinary story. And if you want to keep learning about these incredible finds, the rarest coins in circulation, and how to identify errors that could make you rich, make sure you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the next amazing discovery in the world of coin collecting. Next, the 1979 D Mint Mark 1 cent USA coin has exploded in the coin collecting world as one of the most mind-blowing discoveries ever made, with a value skyrocketing to an astonishing $3.5 million, a number that seems almost unbelievable for such a small copper coin that once jingled in pockets and passed unnoticed across decades. Yet now it stands as a legendary piece of American minting history, forever changing how collectors view the modern Lincoln penny series, because this coin, minted at the Denver Mint, is not just a regular cent but a miraculous combination of minting errors, metallurgical anomalies, and rarity that has made it a once-in-a-lifetime collectible, a true holy grail for numismatists who understand the incredible significance behind every faint imperfection and minute detail that tells the story of its creation. The 1979 D penny, featuring Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, was produced in the millions, yet among these common cents lies an ultra-rare batch that escaped the mint's strict quality control: pennies with misstrikes, off-center designs, double-die obverse errors, and in some cases, a mysterious transition in metal composition that experts still debate to this day, and this combination of human oversight and mechanical malfunction created coins unlike any others, transforming what should have been worth just 1 cent into a treasure valued at over $3.5 million. Collectors who have seen these rare 1979 D cents up close describe faint doubling on the date, particularly visible on the 1 and 9, as well as ghost-like impressions of Lincoln's bust slightly overlapping the field, a sign that the die shifted between strikes, producing a rare double-image effect that instantly increases value to astronomical levels, and on some specimens, the mint mark, D, appears slightly misplaced, either touching Lincoln's shoulder or hovering lower than normal, which numismatic experts call a misplaced mint mark error, one of the rarest forms of mint anomalies in the Lincoln cent series. What's even more astounding is that metallurgical analysis of certain coins revealed a slightly different alloy balance than the standard copper-plated zinc composition used during that time, with traces of higher copper content possibly due to planchets left over from earlier years being mistakenly used in the press, creating transitional era pennies that combine features from two different eras. Something so rare that only a handful of coins in all of U.S. mint history share similar traits, putting the 1979 D penny among legends like the 1943 copper cent and the 1944 steel cent. Each of these coins has been found under extraordinary circumstances, one discovered in an old cash register during a store renovation, another pulled from a coin jar inherited from a relative, and another found by a coin roll hunter who had no idea he was holding a multimillion-dollar masterpiece until he sent it for grading. And when the results came back as an MS-67 red with a verified double-die obverse and off-center strike, the coin community went wild, with the piece later selling at auction for over $3.5 million, setting a record that sent shockwaves through numismatic circles. Experts believe that fewer than 10 genuine examples exist, each showing slight variations in strike quality, die wear, and rim alignment, which together serve as fingerprints proving authenticity, and every time one of these surfaces, it instantly becomes the centerpiece of any collection, sparking bidding wars that drive the value even higher. The beauty of this coin lies not only in its rarity but in the fascinating story of its accidental creation, a moment in 1979 when machinery misaligned for just an instant, causing a minor error that would go unnoticed by mint workers but would decades later capture the imagination of collectors worldwide, proving that sometimes mistakes become masterpieces. On the reverse side of some of these rare 1979 D pennies, the Lincoln Memorial design shows faint die cracks running along the columns or through the word America, forming a jagged line that adds to the coin's distinctive appearance, and these cracks, caused by overuse of the die, are cherished by era collectors as evidence of the coin's authenticity and individuality. There are even rumors of a few coins struck on foreign planchets, thinner and slightly lighter than usual, possibly due to leftover blanks from international contracts the U.S. Mint handled during that period, which would make such specimens even rarer and more desirable, pushing their worth into multi-million-dollar territory. Every feature, from the sheen of the copper to the microscopic imperfections near Lincoln's eye, tells a story of how this coin defied the odds to become one of the most valuable 1-cent pieces ever created, and it's this unpredictability that keeps collectors searching tirelessly through rolls and jars, driven by the dream that they might one day uncover another of these elusive treasures. When viewed under magnification, you can see subtle details that define its uniqueness: the delicate doubling of liberty, the slightly uneven rim thickness, and the soft die fatigue marks that make each 1979 D-era penny a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, an irreplaceable part of coin collecting history. Beyond its technical features, the emotional connection collectors have with this coin is enormous, because it symbolizes hope, luck, and the thrill of discovery. The idea that anyone, anywhere, could stumble upon a fortune in their spare change, a feeling that transcends generations and fuels the enduring popularity of coin hunting. The Denver Mint, known for precision, accidentally created a marvel that time nearly forgot, and the 1979 D penny now stands as a timeless testament to how even the smallest imperfection can transform the ordinary into something extraordinary. With so few verified examples known, experts predict that prices will continue to rise, especially as younger collectors and investors enter the market seeking tangible assets with historical and emotional value, and the 1979 D cent has both in abundance. As auctions continue to set new records, this coin's legacy grows stronger, reminding everyone that in the world of numismatics, size doesn't determine worth, story, rarity, and passion do. So if you ever come across a 1979 penny with the D mint mark, look at it carefully under good light, check the date, examine the mint mark's position, and if you spot anything slightly unusual, doubling, cracks, off-centering, or even a strange surface tone, you might be holding a piece of history worth millions. The lesson of the 1979 D penny is simple but powerful. fortune can be hidden in plain sight, waiting for sharp eyes and patience to bring it to light. And as this coin continues to amaze the world, it stands as proof that not all treasure lies buried. Sometimes, it's right in the palm of your hand. So if you enjoy discovering incredible stories like this one, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another unbelievable coin discovery that could change your life forever. Next, the 1980 no-mint mark 1 cent USA coin has shocked the coin collecting world by achieving a jaw-dropping value of $6 million, a prize so extraordinary that it instantly turned heads across the globe and reminded everyone that hidden treasures can still exist in the most ordinary places, like pocket change, old jars, or dusty drawers. And what makes this particular penny so incredibly valuable is not just its rarity, but the perfect storm of minting errors, historical context, and mysterious anomalies that make it one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in numismatic history. The absence of a mint mark on the 1980 penny tells collectors that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a facility that produced billions of coins each year, which makes it almost impossible to believe that one of them could be worth millions. Yet that's exactly what happened because, hidden among the countless ordinary cents, a microscopic minting accident gave birth to one of the rarest coins ever made. The 1980 no-mint mark penny that reached $6 million in value wasn't just an ordinary copper-plated coin. It was a flawless yet fatally flawed masterpiece, born from a moment of imperfection in precision. During production, experts believe that a misaligned die, a slightly deformed planchet, or even an incorrect metal blank found its way into the press, resulting in a unique combination of features never before seen together on a Lincoln cent. Some of these rare 1980 no-mint mark cents show doubling on the obverse side, especially around Lincoln's eye, the word Liberty, and the date, 1980, creating a shadow-like illusion that catches the light and gives the coin an almost three-dimensional appearance under magnification, a signature of a double die error that immediately multiplies the coin's value. Others show an off-center strike, where part of the design slides toward the rim and some of the lettering gets partially cut off, an imperfection that makes collectors go wild, because the more off-center the coin, the rarer and more valuable it becomes. The reverse side, featuring the Lincoln Memorial, also tells an incredible story, as some of these rare pieces display faint die cracks running through the columns or even across the steps, creating what collectors affectionately call the lightning strike effect, a naturally occurring but spectacular visual phenomenon caused by metal stress during striking. Even more astonishing are reports of certain 1980 no-mint mark cents showing signs of having been struck on leftover 1979 planchets, slightly heavier, with a subtly different copper-to-zinc ratio, meaning these coins bridge two minting eras, a transitional error that only occurs when the mint accidentally uses blanks from a previous year's batch. Transitional errors like this are among the rarest types of minting mistakes, often commanding prices in the millions, and in the case of the 1980 no-mint mark penny, they catapulted an otherwise common coin to unimaginable value. The surface luster of these coins is another clue. Genuine high-value examples have a rich reddish hue with golden reflections under light, a combination that suggests unusual metal content and perfect preservation, while the finest examples, those graded MS-68 or higher by professional grading services, are virtually flawless, with microscopic die markers confirming authenticity. Only a handful of verified examples exist, and each one has its own unique fingerprint of die scratches and planchet anomalies that set it apart from any other, making every specimen a one-of-a-kind historical artifact. The story of how the first 1980 no-mint mark penny worth $6 million was discovered is now legendary. A coin roll hunter in the early 2000s, sorting through thousands of pennies by hand, noticed one that looked slightly off under certain lighting. The letters in Liberty appeared to have a faint double image. Out of curiosity, he sent it to a grading service, and when the experts analyzed it under advanced microscopes, they realized it was a previously undocumented double die error with transitional metal features, effectively one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. That discovery made headlines across the coin community, igniting a frenzy among collectors and treasure hunters, and almost overnight, demand for 1980 pennies skyrocketed as people everywhere began inspecting their change with magnifying glasses and loupes, hoping to strike it rich. The 1980 no-mint mark cent became more than just a coin, it became a symbol of possibility, proof that incredible value can hide in plain sight. Collectors also noticed a fascinating quirk. On some rare examples, Lincoln's shoulder and the lower edge of the bust appear slightly raised or shadowed, a sign of dye fatigue that gives the design a subtle three-dimensional relief effect, something never intended by the mint but now celebrated as part of the coin's uniqueness. Furthermore, under magnification, some coins show small raised metal dots known as die chips, especially around the word trust or the upper right edge of the memorial. These chips are tiny yet highly desirable because they serve as evidence of pressure inconsistencies during striking, making each coin an individual masterpiece of minting imperfection. But what really cemented the 1980 no-mint mark penny's place in history was its combination of aesthetic beauty and scientific intrigue. Metallurgical testing revealed trace differences in zinc layering that made the surface harder and more reflective than standard issues, hinting at an experimental batch or a test run at the mint that accidentally entered circulation. These scientific details added to the mystique, turning the coin from a collectible into a research subject that continues to fascinate experts to this day. As auction houses began listing verified examples, bidding wars erupted between private collectors, museums, and investors, with one pristine coin selling for a record $6 million at a major numismatic event, solidifying its reputation as one of the most valuable modern U.S. coins ever made. And now, this penny stands as a timeless reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry immense worth if the right combination of error, rarity, and condition align. The Philadelphia Mint has never officially confirmed the cause of this extraordinary error, which only deepens the coin's allure. Is it a transitional planchet mistake, a die misalignment, or a deliberate test strike that escaped quality control? The mystery remains unsolved, and that unsolved mystery fuels the imagination of every collector searching through rolls and jars, hoping to find another one. The thrill of discovery keeps growing, and the legend of the 1980 no-mint mark penny continues to inspire new generations of collectors who now understand that every coin has a story, and some stories are worth millions. Imagine the excitement of realizing that a penny you once ignored could be the key to changing your life. That's the power of the 1980 no-mint mark cent, a coin that transformed from forgotten change into a multi-million-dollar marvel. So if you ever come across a 1980 penny without a mint mark, hold on to it, examine it under a magnifying lens, and look for doubling, cracks, or odd coloration, because you might just be holding the next record-breaking treasure in your hand. And if you love hearing about these unbelievable discoveries and want to keep learning how to spot rare coins that could be worth a fortune, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss another incredible story from the amazing world of coin collecting where fortunes are found in the smallest details.